forms. And that is why, therefore, you have things like Roman Catholic. You have organizations such as the Anglican Church, the Presbyterian Church, the Episcopalian Church, the Methodist Church. That is religion. Religion is organization of spirituality into a formal thing, which is then controlled by man, claiming to represent God. Africans are therefore spiritual. And I do not want the word spirituality to be used as if it were a synonym of religion. We must never forget that the Roman Catholic Church was involved in slavery, and they have apologized for it. We must never forget that the Church of England was involved in slavery, and they have apologized for it, using the Bible, theology. What the colonizers brought was religion, spirituality packaged in man-made forms. And that is why, therefore, you have things like Roman Catholic. You have organizations such as the Anglican Church, the Presbyterian Church, the Episcopalian Church, the Methodist Church. That is religion. Religion is organization of spirituality into a formal thing, which is then controlled by man, claiming to represent God. Africans are therefore spiritual. And I do not want the word spirituality to be used as if it were a synonym of religion. We must never forget that the Roman Catholic Church was involved in slavery, and they have apologized for it. We must never forget that the Church of England was involved in slavery, and they have apologized for it, using
Yo, Abusiama Wakwaba, Akwaba, no, I just want to, media mamo, Mobelenia Dr. Ren. You know the name, right? D sexy, D Ren, Dr. Ren. Abusiana Masaba be medin Sempano, Medebaba Besum Winina, and it obviously buckle up a year, a friend is saying, and then hold on fast, because it was somewhat Cassia, and then me de ebre Ghana fo nyina and some no de emu odu papa. But before that, no, just listen to this voice. Listen to this voice. Ora wadada bichia tie anyway tie mame. Na yebetwa enkomo no eso. I just want you to pay attention to this.
So I started having all these hallucinations, hearing voices, and one time I was in my room and I had voices and began to sense the presence of evil. And it was like I was overpowered by evil presence. And I could hear them. But I didn't see, but I could hear them. And then a voice said to me, in those days, we didn't have standby generators and any of those things. So when your light went off, you lighted a candle. So I had a candle and a match in my room. So the voice said, light the candle. I did. And he said, place your right palm on the flame. And it didn't make sense, but it was as if I could not resist the power of the voice. And so I placed my right palm on the flame, and that is the result of this. I could see the flesh, opening up and the bones popping out, and blood was all over the place. My lips were sealed, but I couldn't resist the command. And my hand was on the flame, and my house was roasting on the fire. And after a long time, the pain was unbearable, so I screamed and I shouted, and I think the security head and called for help. So they came and broke my door, and when they came, took me out, all the fingers were gone. And I ended up at the hospital for 4 months. with all kinds of procedures and things to help me, and I will run out of the ward. They have to arrest me, bring me back, put me in chains, inject me to get me to be calm, to sleep, and I was having all kinds of spiritual experience.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so let's go, and then menchia adofone ahwefo nyina mohwe eye Dr. Ren. I show no friend is an intro and I'm the voice now would say the voice of Archbishop Nicholas Duncan-Williams. No you can't no crano senia a tear Ediama Ghana phone. But before then, I've told you this month is a good month. I've told you this month is a month of a year. A friend is saying greatness, Emma or my Ghana. So let's say, raise our glasses and cheers to a year the goodness. Eja by Papa we a year His Excellency John Mahama Adema a year Ghana. For yes, of course there will be challenges, but surely we shall overcome. Yes, ebusia. Ofa me topic no a me dia ma ono a. Enkomo no a ewo ho no eye simple. Enkomo ni nyina no efa eye owura ye friend no Duncan-Williams, Archbishop Duncan-Williams. Ana papa bi nso a ye friend no Dr. Stephen Wengam. Ana abrantie bi ono nso ni din ede Kwabena Adu-Boahene. Na ebusia ne nkomo no amede obedi no eye nkomo a me pese wuhunu no kore no. No fear here. This is a station that I speak truth to power. So what the Americans. So tell a friend to come and listen to the truth. The truth I am told, and I have learned about it, that it set all humankind free. So when you have the truth on your side, you are not afraid. So what is it? Yebeka about who is Kwabena Adu-Boahene. Ya chinwa ne wonsem aba bebre. And what is happening behind the scenes? Efa Kwabena Adu-Boahene ya chinho. Yebeka no krena chiro. I've told people I am not on the internet looking for fame. If it is about fame, the easiest way for fame is to go and act punu. Nanka majisika. Na me huaba, na me nya feelings. But for God and country, the truth must be spoken. Anything. Ora, a friend of Kwabena Adu-Boahene. 20th March, me a me birthday. Ana ye che no. Ni ye che no, asembe ne si ya ye che, ye Kwabena Adu-Boahene. Asem ni nyina ne se, abrantie Kwabena Adu-Boahene. We use in the office, at the above my chrono, or the real Ghana Fosika, to the tune of 39 million Ghana cedis, plus $7 million, plus many millions of cedis. Now, asem number 2 Jano, I che abrantiano, and sembebre, and NCC. Now, my man can say, Opko a yemi Facebooker. Yesterday, I wrote a short a friend is saying, assembled it to me, Facebook, Dr. Ren. And I've been getting calls. People are calling Dr. Ren. Oh, you must tread cautiously because you have mentioned the name Archbishop Duncan-Williams. So people have been calling me, trying to put fear into me. Now let me tell those people, I am Dr. Ren. The sexy. I am not afraid. I am not afraid of any human on earth. I'm not. As far as I have the truth with me, the truth is my weapon. And no weapon fashioned against me shall prosper. I'm not afraid. And let me say it again. I'm not afraid. There is nothing you can do to the person who has the truth. And fear is not part of it. So let me tell you those calling my cousins to tell him, oh, tell your cousin to stop. People have been calling my cousin. They are telling my cousin, speak to your brother, tell him where he's treading, he is too dangerous for him. Hi. Mengu or Ghana, what is more dangerous, BM? To overcome millions of sperm, to be born as a human being, what is more dangerous, BM? Perhaps you guys don't understand and know who I am. I am an enzyma. First and foremost, let me say it. I am an enzyma. I'm not afraid. Now let me move on from that. You can't use religion to threaten me. I'm a Christian. Because I have to establish this foundation before I go into the story. 2, the truth shall always be spoken, irrespective of who ever. Be ready. I keep telling people, if I start getting the sponsors I'm looking for my show to blossom and reach more millions of people, I tell you, you guys will run away. People who don't like the truth, ye shall run away. I'm telling you. So stop calling people, telling them that they should tell me to stop. Something my mother who gave birth to me cannot tell me to stop. Who are you? Who are you? When I was growing up, I was taught about the truth. And that once I have the truth, I should not be afraid. Even if it is my mother or my father. My father taught me that and my mother cemented it. Mona O.E., welcome. Dilari, I greet you. Abigail, Otoden. So we shall speak the truth. Because that is what the nation Ghana needs. The truth. Now let me move on to my story. Who is Kwabena Adu-Boahene? Nedin abed dane nsem bebre. Kwabena Adu-Boahene, onya brantie bia, oya akokora, oye babunu. Timu ade bia mo kase, yemfa Ghana nsem babunu nsa, na mabunu no, eye good no, amen kan kire e mabunu bebi nso ye corrupt. One example, Kwabena Adu-Boahene. Ene, many meeting home come over say that tie. Kwabena Adu-Boahene, ye adwuma during Kufuor's time with the national security. Kufuor bai, ye adwuma with national security beam. National Signal Bureau, ye deputy, and osabe overall boss. He was only reporting to one man. That man was His Excellency, the former President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Nobody apart from Akufo-Addo. He was not reporting to any other person apart from Akufo-Addo. That guy is smart. Book sense. He is witty. TBA. He was educated in University of Liverpool. When it comes to computer science, programming, when it comes to coding, when it comes to security, that guy has learned well. Intinanka so using the wisdom, knowing the knowledge, Eboa Ghana, but he decided and chose the other part to steal with his knowledge, to steal the poor Ghanaian public funds. The public funds are ensiana and IMF kobo bosiano. This guy, instead of using his knowledge and wisdom, Ghana benya home faswa, he chose to steal from us. Now what happened? On 20th March, he was arrested. Arrested for embezzlement, for stealing, for duping the nation over 39 million Ghana cedis. And also stealing Ghana $7 million. A breaking in our down. I'm a woman in 7. na ma kyerɛ how Reverend Dr. Stephen Wengam and Archbishop Nicholas Duncan-Williams became part, and what role they played, whether good or bad. So come with me. Share the video. Yenin komo. Let me break it down. Let me read these stories now. And fama, kama. Send your tear pepe. Simple. Yen kom bebre. Ebe ko eye story no. Efa eye Kwabena Adu-Boahene. Any, according to the Attorney General, on 24th March 2025, and Odibetu just said, Kwabena Adu-Boahene diverted 39 million Ghana cedis from a National Signal Bureau account to his private accounts. Embezzlement, diverted nation's money into his personal account. Now, on my details no, as to how Sika free the National Signal Bureau account, a cotton accounting. The way say okreti a similar account to send national security account ne pepe. Now the way say account na okreti no and wo koko yi sika na one national security account and wo transfer call on one public funds and the public accounts, the personal account, the personal account, not public. Public is meant for everybody. The personal account of the call. And so how in his capacity as the Director General of the National Signal Bureau, Dr. Kwabena Adu-Boahene on January 30th, 2020, signed a contract on behalf of the government of Ghana and the national security on one hand, and on the other hand, an Israeli company named RLC Holdings Limited. The contract was for the purchase of a cyber defense system software at a price of $7 million US, the Attorney General said. On 6 February, Sikano ebeton account him and we use Sikaka Krebi and the command the Israeli company. And no diverting all the other funds into his personal account. Now, we will say, a branch of the crowd or your wire, Suku Ben or Koye, or University of Liverpool. Now, you see, this Kwabena Adu-Boahene, ne mame, and we are ne mame a tall, fair-colored woman. Ne mame wa birthmark ushana funo wa because de ye twana funo. I just want you to know, say, you mu be a betlani a mouse story no. We know even the smallest details no ye bisani nina, so that I can share with you. Now, Kwabena Adu-Boahene Okoni Preparatory School, he was raised by a single mother. His father, Professor Adu-Boahene, was not actively in his life. Young friend on Tunchen. Young called the nitty-gritty of assembly. Obia wonim a wotena Osu F75/1 Osu South Street ne so. Ehona na Kwabena Adu-Boahene na ote. Look, this young man ebo modine ria Ghana sika. And all the status or the top properties. Dr. Red, for the first time, nobody in Ghana has interviewed Papa na Kwabena Adu-Boahene at all. If you maku 27 no, if you in me nene say amano here in London, and I'm in the dim komo, and I'm interview no, and some baby in the womb, but I'm not ready to go into the nitty-gritty of Nkomo. The video is out there. Papa no a Dr. Otumfuo, a prosperous man, a multi-millionaire. Many didn't come up UK Kruma. Oh my goodness. When the man was coming to my office for that interview, money swine, money sweet, hard-working man with his customized Bentley, blue, and now they're kind of sea blue, no. Oh man. In Kofu Mokamo, some were driving Rolls Royce. My friend on 20. Look, Kwabena Adu-Boahene, a criminal, and he has to go to prison. I'm telling you, with hard labor. Unim dia oye, ojiji sikani nyina no, ana odi to to ejapade man ho. Ana odi bi ko to ejapade wo Dubai. Ana odi bi to ejapade wo Ghana, eye UK ha. Me no ka sei, efie nko national security, eni yoko, eni Interpol abehu ewo UK krom ha. Eye mansions mienu okabomu a sa mansion mienu no enko eye £1 million. Daniel mako 4 bako de oye smart ana odi din no kohhehye nkofo bi din ho. Na sa mienu no aka no eno no kabomu a eno nko ekọ up to £3.8 million ewo UK krom ha. Uni baby ewo one of the most expensive streets in the United Kingdom. Kensington. TME. Kwabena Adu-Boahene. Menu mi no Ghana sika. Odi abeto ejapade mako and 9. Mienu de odi ko no ene ne yire din. Aye kambomu a aye £1 million. Ana mienu na aka no so ye kambomu a aye £3.8 million. To cut a dime for the Abumwa, a cost £4.8 million. You know how much it is in dollars? Over $5 million. A dime mako 4. And here come was Kwabena Adu-Boahene, or a thief, or a criminal. Now, I want you to follow me closely because Nkomono emu edu pa. Nenyanti asiwo. Kwabena Adu-Boahene share ne dwumadi ase. I started say Oria Sika or Bokro no as the director for a year National Signal Bureau no. Ano ko joine Asoria a year Assemblies of God Church. Why and a year the pastor and now the superintendent, national superintendent for Assemblies of God Church. Papanidin Eddie, Dr. Stephen Wengam. Ofri bongporgo yo. If you out artists and become bongporgo yo. I have a reason why. I know a lot of Ghanaian dignitaries are free. So most of the time when I'm talking, I intentionally mention bongporgo yo because they have abandoned that place. Now listen to me carefully. This man and the superintendent for Assemblies of God. Now the TNE say, Papa way, Ayobia on son semfon any chronoso. This man, Dr. Stephen Wengam, is also the pastor. Aye Ghana Mampenini, ne pastor. Omina ko Assemblies of God. Ewo East Lagos. Na TME Kwabena Adu-Boahene join a church no. Join a church no. And no started say oba for ria kese oyi sika kese. And one day Dr. Stephen Wengam, a friend is Abranti Abraha, Matewonka, say we a member of my church, member of the Assemblies of God Church. Sika odi maye no. Emu edudodo. We dear many sound. I don't envy you, but I just want to find out. I hope the funds or the monies you are bringing to the church is a genuine money, because the Assemblies of God are not here to entertain fraudsters and criminals. Many sound, with all respect to you. And the young man said, "Oh, what's awful? Edumana me yani de. Yetua me kaye. I mean, so cry, no. There were other businesses. Maybe a car company. Maybe a real estate, Vectors Properties. Me will wait. Oh, my old dad, Professor Adu-Boahene, was a rich man. You know him. I say, oh yes. He left me with a lot of properties. And I'm investing it wisely. And Dr. Stephen Wengam said, okay, what can Mate? Ogusua, the man became a deacon. Fast forward, government, change of government, Abba Fufra. What happened? Investigations. Esther said, go through all a year manner of ministries and directors and CEOs. Yes, accountability time. Reset government, led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. What happened? The young man who claimed that he was doing genuine business and that his monies, inheritance, they find it out to say it was stolen money. My hard-earned money, your hard-earned money. This man stole it. I know the name. I know where they or they are born in Wengam and in Samrani. And stealing from the coffers of Ghana, public funds, and also conniving with other people to steal stolen cars from Europe and America. Kwabena Adu-Boahene is a hardened criminal. Atai Ekresa. Wako school. And wasade ni nimu diano or de bo krono nye krono ketwa krono kesiye pa. Now come along. Yoko finding out some about national security man and say, hey, Abranti we ye krom for ye hwene ye nchino baby o bia o me ye nkochino because the fall abeto ye nim sika ni se na wawia se ne bedi nkan ka kire o earlier on. Na Branty in Satan, Johnny free Ghana, or Dubai, or Gineni, as when he and so catch spending. Hey, money swine. Quay Uncle Fumu no monum, Dom Perignon, Conacoshenebo, very expensive. Look, over Dubai, and your man in Crasse, Umame, and Wofe, Coco, tall, the home funnel. I saw Befi. Young man here saw Oba Ghana from Dubai. And was his son, I didn't say no. Obekwa kofa U10 afa London. Na what's his son in Kratabia Ukra. Na what the a plane ticket at the Aba Ghana. Senya the passport now with the free Ghana echo Dubai. Yem fan follow no. Young farm Monetano, because he's a smart thief. Free London and Obedu UK. He thought he was smart. But no name say, Ora Jakpa. And then the men were smarter than him. He was not using the VVIP. But no name say, play no or 4 years. Intel a pekino. Or se son and him. Jenhu anyhow put on those masks. Obisha be feel say a nipa chronity. The only thing about who any on the face no assessor. Addressing the whole different. We see free play anymore. And a soon mu kwa by Orajakba. Na straight on the call national security. And on the Mayoko. Now 10 years. This guy, unim yo ye che no, and was salutu Orajakba, so oye smart. A kwaya of far so or the chain. Because a free tree, a business neck. Now won't pakro. To say the aya, yenia, anas, areme yao, anas. onamwa no ye onamwa unhu nenim ni ye or kokota or disguise no. That's exactly what Kwabena Adu-Boahene. He disguised himself and looked different. But no name said Jakpa in Deura Jakpa, grandson. I alert. And no chain of the man you go for. Now, listen carefully. Your chain of pet and no far phone and no friend. And go for a so friend. The lawyer. I mean, no can say, I buy the best sano, or dinkan if jai a year, now sorry. And no could join a year action chapel. Because assemblies are one no start a year action for, or assemblies no start a year action for kakra, or action so or two offering a kessia, or yisika or bois action chapel kakra. It's your need Duncan-Williams be fire yonko. And Duncan-Williams, the part I will play here, and I may be catcher. But didn't catch what Reverend Stephen Wengam, a friend who we invited in the office. We said the questions. He said, no, young man, Sikana Udema Assemblies of God needs too much. We want to know exactly where you are getting all these monies from. Meaning, sound, I'm not saying you are a thief, but for the church image, we just want to know. But the young man, Eka say, onam kwine paso and unyani sika. Na be cry inheritance. If you want, and will go the trim of this particular pastor or investigate me. But Pastor Nidia, he was just being a pastor and asking the right questions. Tiabrantian, he will say no. Papa, we the way I start to be a question one day. Bibi tomia omboame nti mame fa me ho adwene ana ode ne nai ba ko see Assemblies of God ana ode ba ko see Action Chapel ana one Duncan-Williams a fire yonko. Now listen to me closely. Ya chino pe of Fred lawyer and a lawyer Fred Reverend Stephen Wengam our free bone porogo yo the National Superintendent of Assemblies of God. Nubusa said, yes, someone. No, so, oh, wakwada no. Kwabena Adu-Boahene, yachino. No, sa, yachino. Dia no ko ye. So, embezzlement. Riesika, any other things. Oh, really? And yeah, ministry can. Mama, the lawyer no o friend me no. Bomodiana hwe kwan abefa so amremu no. Or be defending because even a criminal have right to a lawyer. Tihwe kwan abefa so be defending no. Wow, who said no. Reverend Stephen Wengam on fana adwene ma no. No sa ka kire the lawyer and say call Duncan-Williams. Ono sumi man is Connives, me share no. To two offering on the church. Call him and tell him. This is what has happened. So time you me catch you na the lawyer Edin can craft friend the wife. Emma the wife yes Connives yes Connives a woman fie a Mayfair estate. Remember I told you he bought the estate from Dr. Otumfuo. My name my interview no. One-on-one, mano a mano, UK Gruma. Hey, Charlie, hustle. But I'm funny the Antonche. A friend, you know, millions of Ghana cedis are maybe go back, mono. And I'm afraid of what I say. Adu-Boahene in the warfare, and no best sense, can you na? Before cars, no, it be free fuel. Escalate. Archbishop Duncan-Williams used to some escalate be. The question is, he was say, when you saw escalate in the way, black, bulletproof, when you're free. Why na this escalate ni man? Hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know. When you're free, why na the man? Kwabena Adu-Boahene. An hour toy. I will leave it here. One day, I'll revisit it. Now, lawyer Nefa Fu and of Fred Duncan-Williams, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan-Williams, the man who claimed that when God called him, he asked him to put his hand on a candle into Duncan-Williams. Oh my God. Tie Duncan-Williams, when God called him, he placed his finger on a candle.
I could see the flesh.
That's what he told me. Forgive me. Listen to Duncan-Williams. Listen to him.
So I started having all these hallucinations, hearing voices, and one time I was in my room and I heard voices and began to sense the presence of evil. And it was like I was overpowered by evil presence. And I could hear them. But I didn't see, but I could hear them. And then a voice said to me, in those days we didn't have standby generators and any of those things. So when your light went off, you lighted a candle. So I had a candle and a match in my room. So the voice said, light the candle. I did. And he said, place your right palm on the flame. And it didn't make sense, but it was as if I could not resist the power of the voice. And so I placed my right palm on the flame, and that is the result of this. I could see the flesh, opening up and the bones popping out, and blood was all over the place. My lips were sealed.
Hi, I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
So that is the account of Archbishop Duncan-Williams.
But I couldn't resist the command, and my hand was on the flame, and my house was roasting on the fire. And after a long time, the pain was unbearable, so I screamed and I shouted, and I think the security head and called for help. So they came and broke my door, and when they came, took me out, all the fingers were gone. And I ended up at the hospital for 4 months with all kinds of procedures and things to help me, and I will run out of the ward. They have to arrest me, bring me back, put me in chains, inject me to get me to be calm, to sleep, and I was having all kinds of spiritual experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Archbishop Duncan-Williams. A choir of Faswa, Nensamiensa, right hand. Nina ebene, so Nyankopon friend no. Ana Nyankopon catch and say, "Onfa nensa." That time na yama light off. It was so candle. Na Nyankopon catch and say, "Onfa nensa enko to candle ne so." So he's painting a picture as a God who is wicked, a God who is evil. And the God told him, say, "Onfa nensa enko to candle so na candle no shenensa." Na nensa 5 ni na fingers 5 na and show. Nensa ni mu and show. Nensa miensa pen a sheye. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and sano sheya manitra ye bedu sa ayen the knuckles and the finger we need the and shoe this last finger and she but me and sano and a she God have mercy. This man is Archbishop Duncan-Williams. Hey, with him. Some friends are women, I say, no, you're arm robber, and no cobble chrono, and your chain, and your charming, sir. I want one cast story in Abertua Bunting. a nkofo aka onsi wo mo ebesi ne ono ane namfofo ne bi ene de beto abonte. So oko armed robbery as a weed smoker, a bad boy, a criminal at the time, and you trying your chain. Robbery no call wrong, and he was caught. And he trying Samuel son go and sin no more. His father being a diplomat, you know. So story number 12 says a son of a diplomat, you trying it will be a shame to his father. Or on a bipolar aspect, you can see from his son. Nice handsome boy. Mean you sue and God forbid. That's not my style. But the man is not speaking the truth. I think I will go with the friends. Oh, my Baba and Tiambeka said he was an armed robber. That story makes sense to me than him putting his hand on the candle. These are the people. Duncan-Williams. During Rollins' time, he wanted to control Rollins, and Rollins gave him a warning. And through Nana Konedu Ajima Rollins, he later became friends of Jerry John Rollins. Fast forward, when Kufuor came to power, he wanted to control Kufuor, but Kufuor told him, Mr. Man, be careful. Then Kufuor, in 2007, Duncan-Williams met the Whittaker Group president. Who is Whittaker Group president? Rosa Whittaker, his current wife, was a friend to Kufuor. George Bush time, and a Rosa Whittaker eba Ghana. An energy company eba Ghana. And Kufuor, in one of his visits, introduced Rosa Whittaker to Duncan-Williams. And from there, they became friends and lovers, and now they are married, husband and wife. He goes after money. Yes. Or divorcing the wife in Niska. You only share Abrabwa no, lied and told stories about his wife. And he went after money. Duncan-Williams is a greedy man. I'm sorry to say. He has used religion and packaged himself to steal from the poor, sit and dine with men in authority. It's called packaging. Somebody say, Dr. Ren, why are you talking about this man? Anytime I'm in Ghana, I visit his church. The irony, because I know who he is. And he knows who I am. Archbishop Duncan-Williams knows who I am. I won't say much. And he knows I know him, and he knows me. I've been a bad boy before on the street of Accra. I'm telling you. Oh, yes. In a good sense. Not bad as in bad, as in a dirty man. No. In a lovely way. Oh, yes. So I know him and he knows me. And we meet at certain places after church. Oh, yes. Let me not bore you with that story. We will visit it another day. Now you see, anything about money is what Duncan-Williams is after. So what did he do? When he was phoned, say, Kwabena Adu-Boahene. Immediately, he called the president, John Dramani Mahama. and he could not reach the president. Then he called the president's wife. Oh, that woman is so meek, mild, and humble. Lordina Mahama, First Lady of Ghana. God bless you, Mama. He called Lordina Mahama and said, Makoda bako ya chino. Akoda bain. Kwabena Adu-Boahene. Oya dain. Oh, no, yeah, director at the National Signal Bureau. Now, wakwa broche ba no ya chino wa airport. Yesu akowie sika. Beyanka uni wukunu nkana yenjano. Oh, papa. Wakamate. And so me kunu say Ghana for to Abama de say unreset Ghana. Inti de owie sika kwanbone so no. Enya me kunu na bechi no, eyemra ene bechi no. Oh, Lordina Mahama. That is why I said you are my lovely baby. Lordina, full of wisdom and respect. Duncan-Williams was not happy. He tried to phone the president. I think the president was busy at the time. He could not reach him. Now, I've told you how he tried to control Rawlings, Duncan-Williams. And I've also told you how he tried to control Kufuor, and it didn't work. And through Kufuor, he got a woman, and he married the woman. The woman is prosperous and rich. And he left his wife and followed money. When Atamils came, he controlled Atamils and told Atamils not to allow pouring of libation. Atamils fell for his tricks. And then John Mahama, part 1, he tried to control John Mahama. And when John Mahama was out of office for 8 years, Reverend Dr. Stephen Wengam became John Mahama's pastor. And John Mahama realized that this man is a true man of God. This man speaks truth. This man is honest. What happened? They became friends and families. So John Mahama came to understand the religion, the pastors, who they are, the fake ones and the good ones. And he has since stayed with Dr. Wengam, the National Superintendent for Assemblies of God, who comes from Bunkpuru Yoyo. When Akufo-Addo became president, this same Duncan-Williams, Archbishop, wanted to control Akufo-Addo to the point that he stood in front of his pulpit and his congregation and he screamed and shouted. When we call them, they don't answer. They are now in power. We call them, they don't want to answer us. He was referring to Akufo-Addo. Go and watch the video. You know why? Gabi Asare Ochedakun, who is also another mafia, saw through Duncan-Williams and blocked him because real recognize real and fake can see through fake. And he blocked Duncan-Williams from Akufo-Addo. Fast forward, John Dramani Mahama is now the president. The same Duncan-Williams wants to come and control the president. Oh, what a shame. He's always after the money. He's always after power. He's always hungry, Oliver Twist. So when the call was placed to him, he was finding everything possible to ensure that Kwabena Adu-Boahene will be set free. What did Kwabena Adu-Boahene exactly told Duncan-Williams? He told him about the millions of dollars that he has stolen. And that if he can help him come out, he will give him some money. This man is so greedy. And he's not even thinking about Ghana. But he will come and stand and say that, oh, Mazaros, Akabatos, Rabateketabosh. Oh, all be lie. All be lie. All be settings. All be lie. They don't love Ghana. They are haters of the truth. And that is the gospel truth. Now come along. When he realized that he could not get to the president, and he realized that he could not convince Lordina Mahama, and he realized that, as for Wengam, if I call him, there will be fire on the mountain. So he called Thaddeus Sorry. And he called Thaddeus Sorry. He said, come, Thaddeus Sorry, come. You are my lawyer. I know you. If you want one of the best lawyers in Ghana, Thaddeus Sorry is part. When you take Chachuchi Kata and some few lawyers that I know personally, Thaddeus Sorry is one of the best. He called Thaddeus, come. Let's sit down. This is a situation at hand. Help me with your expertise. Then Thaddeus Sorry asked Papa, as we all call him, what is it, Papa? And Papa said, this is my church member. He has told me everything. Find out and use your expertise and your law skills to get him out of trouble. And Thaddeus Sorry told the president, give me some time and let me study the case. Then he studied the case and came back. And he told Papa, as for this one, I jump and pass. As for this one, I jump and pass. This case is too big. This case is too dirty. No, this case, nah. There is no turning back, Papa. The guy stole a lot of money. The guy is too much criminal. I can't deal with it. He was not happy with Thaddeus Sorry. And he said, no way. I need to speak to Wengam. The president trusts him. Let me speak to Wengam. And he placed a call to the Assemblies of God, National Superintendent. And the man told him, the president is here to reset Ghana. And we must all help him reset Ghana. Nothing more, nothing less. I cannot help. I'm sorry. Duncan-Williams is not speaking to Stephen Wengam because of this message. Why are you not supporting me, fellow pastor? What is all reset about? You see, I always tell you that they act as if they love you. They act as if they love Ghana, but they are the enemies of development. They are the enemies of truth. They are the reason why presidents come and the president cannot fight corruption. Duncan-Williams is the reason. The Adu-Boahene of bad deeds. Now he has turned into anti-truth and fighting against the system that is sanitizing the wrongdoers. Duncan-Williams goes after anything money. He puts money first. He wants to be like the Rothschild of Ghana. That is Duncan-Williams. And I know it personally. You don't know it. I'm telling you, believe it. Oh yes, I keep telling you, I know Duncan-Williams. I told you I've been a bad boy before. On the street of Accra, I've been a bad boy before. Yeah. In a good way, not bad way. I was a gentleman. And I was rolling with the movers and shakers of Accra. Oh yes, believe me, I'm not blowing my horn. I'm not rich, but I had a lot of rich friends, powerful friends in Ghana. Anytime I step there, I move with the powerful guys. No joke. So I know what I'm talking about. And he knows what I'm talking about. His favorite fish is salmon. Oh yes. We'll go and catch it, fresh fish. And we'll drive and put it at the back of our tundra. And we'll go and visit Papa. Duncan-Williams. He's a man of style. He loves gold. He's a style man. Anything gold. Yes, Duncan-Williams. He loves Freemason. He loves Illuminati. That is Duncan-Williams for you. I'm not saying this to disrespect him or anything. But I want to tell you the truth. He's a powerful man. Powerful in America, powerful in United Kingdom, and powerful in Ghana. He's well connected. But the small axe will cut down the big tree. And that is me. I'm not afraid. Now listen to this. It did not end there. He's been trying to call the president. Yes, even though sometimes here and there, the president answers his calls. But he's putting pressure on the president to speak to Raymond Acha, to speak to Japa and Co, to stop going after people. And recently, you all heard it when he stood in front of his congregation at Action Chapel International on the Spintex Road. And he said what? When we vote for them and they come to power, even to call them, they don't answer. Who was he referring to? His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He's saying that when they call him, he doesn't answer. But the president has spoken to you, Duncan-Williams, and he has told you that the reset means reset. And even if his own son stole any money or got involved in any thievery, he is not going to cover his son. He told you this in plain words, in English language. He told you, Mr. President, he said, look, even my own son or my own daughter, whom I love so much, did anything with this government and they embezzle funds, public money, me as a father, I will not shield my own child. That is what Mahama told you, Archbishop Duncan-Williams. Don't forget it. So why are you trying to stop the man who is fighting against the corrupt people, who is going after the thieves of the land? Why? Now you understand why the Attorney General is becoming slow, because he was called. I'm telling you today, not the deputy. The deputy is full of fire, not the deputy Attorney General. That is why these days you hear the deputy coming, because the deputy is a friend to Oliver Baka-Vomawo. And anytime Oliver calls him, he tells him, Saisreme, remember your position. Go after them in truth and fight for Ghana. And that is why you see Justice Saisreme is now attention, stand at ease, going after and not afraid to speak his mind. I don't trust the Attorney General. Yes, the main one, Ayenini, Dr. Ayen, I don't trust him. Akuritinga, I don't trust him. Yes, Dr. Akuritinga, I am saying it, I don't trust him. But whatever it is, we will protect the president to speak truth to power. We will protect the president to go after those who stole our monies. Public funds. The last time I checked, when I went to see the house of Kwabena Adu-Boahene, I said, whoa, man got taste and man has style. Okay, they buy houses at expensive streets here in London. No, they don't buy houses at some places. No. It explains why. God bless them. The man called Wengam. No wonder he's a friend of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. You see, there are a lot of good pastors. I'm not saying all of them are like Archbishop Duncan-Williams. No wonder why other guys started going after him. No wonder that the honorable man, Benjamin, former United Kingdom ambassador to Ghana, told the whole nation, and he still says it, that Duncan-Williams is a charlatan, a thief, of course. That is what he's saying. A swindler. That is what Benjamin is saying. It is not me, Dr. Ren. Don't look at me like an antichrist. I am a man that brings you the truth with no fear. A son who hails all the way from Western region. Kikam, to be precise. Grandson of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. The truth I shall speak, and it will always set me free. Ladies and gentlemen, people are in Ghana stealing in the name of Christianity. And that we need to advise ourselves. I am not afraid of Duncan-Williams. No. No matter what, if I die, he will die. So I don't fear man. I respect man. I respect women. Oh, as for women, oh, ooh, la, la, la. They are my gods, goddess, empresses. I love them. I'm not afraid of a man. I'm being honest to you. I'm not. I shall forever speak the truth. As it is above, so it is beneath. So it is within and without. I'm not afraid. But I'm speaking the truth to you. Duncan-Williams is making it hard for this government. He has turned himself the king of Adu-Boahene, going and begging for people who stole our money. And this is a man who will say, oh, Ghana, oh, Ghana, oh, I love Ghana. Oh, it's all settings. It's all fake. Not genuine love. Because if you love Ghana, when anybody is arrested for stealing money, you allow the laws to work. You have your house in America. You go there and you tell your people, oh, the last time I visited America, I went there to do my endoscopy or colonoscopy. Oh, when I met this president, every time this man is always blowing his horn. And when he comes back, he talk as if he loved the nation. Rule of law works in America. Irrespective of who you are, if you steal the state or public funds, as they always refer you to, you will go to jail and you go to prison. As I speak to you now, the breaking news in United Kingdom is that the Deputy Prime Minister has resigned. Do you know his fault? She just bought a house and just said that the house that she bought, they did an investigation and they said that she underpaid her taxes. Today, as I speak to you, Angela Rayner has resigned for investigations. This is a country. Tell me why this country will not progress, United Kingdom. Because they go after the truth and they always for the truth. But these people calling themselves men of God, they will tell you, oh, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. So they started calling my cousin, advise your brother, advise your cousin. Don't let him go. Don't let him talk about Duncan-Williams. Hey, he's so powerful. God forbid. I talk for Ghana, not for an individual. I'm telling you physically and spiritually, nothing, Mukube. I keep telling you. Ha! I'm a son of an Nzimao. My grandfather told us the day and time he would die. That day, time, he died. My father told me the year and the age he would die. The year and age he died. Don't joke with some of us. We will speak the truth, and the truth will set us free. Yensrobia. You cannot come and use religion to come and make me feel like, oh, I need to fear. Oh, he's shouting and screaming. He's praying. Hey, don't come and threaten me with religion. I understand religion. You don't understand religion. Do you know the meaning of religion? Jesus Christ never created any religion. Religion is a man-made creation. The religion that you learn from your school was created by men who have sex, by men who do evil. I don't fear those kind of things. I'm not coming to sit here and tell you that I am holier than thou, but my weapon is the truth. And that truth of weapon is what has protected me. If I die today, it's not because of prayer of a pastor. No way. It's because my time has come and I need to depart. That's it. But for you who are always afraid and you know the truth, and when you want to speak the truth, oh, people are telling you, don't speak the truth, don't pay. My brother, allow us who are not afraid to speak the truth. We have come far to be destroyed by people who do not love the nation Ghana. Let me tell you, if you don't know, and give you a little history about Christianity. Perhaps you don't know how the Christianity came about. See, the Christianity that you practice is a Christianity that was given to us by our colonial masters, the Englishman, who got his religion from the Romans, the Celtics, and the Britannia people. So when you hear people coming to scare you with Christianity, tell them, if they think that they are men of God, tell them that God created us all. Tell them that is why the American says that no one is superior than any man, that all men were created equal. Don't let somebody come and lie you or threaten you because of religion. No, don't. Duncan-Williams is not powerful. He deceived some people, brainwashed some minds, indoctrinated some minds, and they believe in him. And it's working for him. They collect the offering of men who are doctors, medical doctors, who are PhD, who are kayayos, who are yogurt sellers. They go there and give their offering. And they tell them that they are going to give the offering to God Almighty. Tell me the address of God. Have you been there? Have you been to God's office? So don't let anybody deceive you that, oh, I am a man of God. If they are man of God or men of God, who are you? Who are you? Do not be afraid. For God has not given us the spirit of fear. Don't be afraid. That's why I keep telling people, I am not afraid. And that Duncan-Williams is using religion, a fear weapon, to indoctrinate people. And that is why I keep telling you the history of religion. Now let me say you and give you some history of religion. A little bit. I tell you people that before you join any association in Ghana, ask questions, research, ask them, find out who are they, where are from this particular church that I'm going to join. I'm a Christian. I'm not an antichrist, but I'm not going to allow people to use religion to put fear in men. Like the way Duncan-Williams says, oh, God is seeing you people. Why is the president not answering my question, answering my calls? He will not come and say the president. But Obeya Kasakwa, he did it to Gabi. He went and stood at his pulpit in front of his church members. Oh, we helped them to come to power. Now we call them, they don't answer. Gabi Asari told him, I'm not going to allow you get closer to my brother, my cousin, Nana Adodankwa Kufuado. Now, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you this. God bless you. Ghanaians, we will protect the president. We will not allow these charlatans, these thieves, these riffraffs and criminals to come and destroy the good name as a nation that we have. Now let me take you a little bit of history. Let's learn a little bit. And let me tell you how religion came up. This religion, that Ghanaians, that Duncan-Williams is using it to threaten some people, leaders. You see, the Christianity in Ghana, it came as a result of a man called Henry VIII. Now, Henry VIII, Papa Bia, now you're in the United Kingdom. Now, Henry VIII, not a Roman Foise. Oh, yes, our colonial masters, the British people, were also under slavery. They were being controlled by the Romans. Oh, yes. Now, Roman for the control. Romans built the United Kingdom. Some part of UK was built by the Romans. I wouldn't even try. I'm telling you today. Bishop Gate, so and so gate, guarding the community. Yes. Don't let anybody put fear into you because of religion. So what happened to Henry VIII? Simply Henry VIII wanted a heir to the throne. So what did he do? Henry VIII did one simple thing. There was only one church in the whole world. Only one church in the whole world. And that church is called Roman Catholic. Roman Catholic was the only church. All other churches are branches that came out of Roman Catholic. A Roman Catholic was a religious body to control people and indoctrinate the people to act and behave a certain way the Romans wanted. So the Romans at that time, we didn't call it school or education. We say religion, how to control the mind of people and tell them what to do and how to behave and act. So they set up the Roman Catholic. That's why we don't call Roman religion. We say Catholic. And out of the Catholic, they were controlling, conquered the whole world. They had a boy called Alexander the Great, a Macedonian who later became a Persian boy and died in Babylon. Do you know Babylon? Babylon is today's Iraq. Do you know Persia? Persia is today Iran. Now come with me. Let's do this education. I've got time for you today. Today is a Good Friday for me. Let me educate my people. Oh yes, let's learn something. Out of knowledge I have learned. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. We are perishing in fear because some people have read the Bible and they come and they quote the verses, not written by their ancestors, written by somebody who looks a little bit like Preko. Oh, I'm not insulting anybody. But go and read the Bible. What Jesus Christ talked about, the woman whose skin color looks like Preko, was it, oh, yeah, bitch, forgive me. I'm only quoting what is written in the Bible. No disrespect to any form of race. TBA. Oh, what happened? Henry VIII at the time said to the great emperor of Rome that I am giving birth to women. First one, second one. I need a boy. When one day I die, will take up my history and rule my kingdom. And so he was married to a woman called Catherine Parr, who became Catherine of Aragon. Because once you are married to a king, the king will give you part of his estate or community for you to also take charge. And that place was called Aragon. So instead of Catherine Parr, they removed the power and called her Catherine of Aragon, who had authority over the people of Aragon. So he had to divorce Catherine of Aragon. And to do that, what did he do? He had to quickly run to the Archbishop of Canterbury, who at that time was just a messenger of Rome, but an Englishman who takes authority from the Romans, who had the superior powers to say you are a pastor. And in those days, they call it vicar or vicar. Now come with me and let's learn something. Henry VIII, Roman Catholics at the time never accepted anything called divorce. It was a taboo to divorce as a Roman Catholic member. So the only thing is you have to do separation. And that if you divorce, it means you are no part of the Roman dynasty, the Roman Catholic dynasty again. You're not part of them because they were against anything called divorce. Archbishop Duncan-Williams is a divorcee who got married to a woman who has money, Rosa Whittaker. One day we'll talk about her, not today. What happened, ladies and gentlemen? So the King of England divorced Catherine of Aragon. And when he divorced Catherine of Aragon, it means that the relationship that the Great Britain have with the Roman Catholic has come to an end. And because the Roman Catholic were the spiritual body of Rome, what did they do? They had to find ways and means to separate themselves from the English people, the Anglo-Saxons. And so what happened? The English Reformation came. And then Henry VIII went to marry a woman called Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn. A-N-N-E. And Anne gave him a male son. Maybe Henry VIII was a spiritual man already. Now listen here. It was through divorce, sex, atupebuo. That is why somebody left a religion, a Catholic, and formed his own church and began his own Reformation, the English Reformation. Later on, it became English Church. When you go to Ghana, you say Anglican, the Anglos, Saxons, their church. This man called Henry VIII married 6 times. Oh, yes. He was a man full of action. I'm trying to tell you the religion that Duncan-Williams has taken. This is where he took it from. And he's not much better than any Ghanaian. He's only using their religion to deceive people and steal from people. And he did it from the days of Jerry John Rawlings up to today that John Dramani Mahama is the president of Ghana. Now, the desire for a male heir was the reason why Henry VIII divorced the Catholic Church and also divorced his wife, Catherine Parr, who later became Catherine of Aragon. This is the true story. You can research it. You can learn about it. It's there for people to learn and study. Now, what happened? When Henry VIII died, who became the heir to the throne of England? It was Henry's daughter, who was Mary, Queen Mary. When Queen Mary became the leader of England, something happened. The Scottish people also wanted separation. They've been fighting for separation from the days of John Knox, a Protestant The meaning of protest, you should understand. John Knox was only protesting that we cannot also be under the Englishman. We are Scottish. We are from Perth, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Aberdeen. We also want our freedom. And because of that, we need a new religion for ourselves. So John Knox started the protesting. And he was preaching on the street of Glasgow, Perth, everywhere in Scotland. And he was indoctrinating his people, telling them we are Scottish people. We are men who are fighters. We don't give up, even though we are few. Let's come together and fight these people who lives in England. And then Queen Mary heard the voices of John Knox. Guess what he said? Duncan-Williams has used it in his preaching. He only quotes certain things to suit him. He is not a learned man. He only read the Bible and quote the Bible. I respect him, but I don't like that attitude of trying to impose himself on every president. Ghana Yenya, from the days of Jerry John Rawlings. So the quote goes like, Queen Mary sat at her castle and said, I fear the prayers of John Knox more than the army of Europe put together. Oh yes, John Knox was a powerful man. He started the Reformation of Protestant and later on became Presbyterian. So from Church of England, we got Presby. The Presbyterians are from Scotland. And Church of England are the sons and daughters of the English people. Now come along with me, because we need to learn these things for you to understand the history. Who was the mother of John Knox? John Knox's mother was an old Scottish woman, a very spiritual woman. That was her. She was in her days. And a woman who prays for her children, a prayerful woman who does certain things and sees certain things. Here we say the witches. We call it all kinds of names. But John Knox was from a spiritual home and he was not afraid. A son of a Scottish. He married to Margaret, and Margaret changed John's surname. Oh yes, he changed John's surname. And then he took his wife's surname, Knox, because Margaret came from a powerful home. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've given you the history of Anglican. From Anglican, the Scottish people were not happy. They formed their own Protestant, and then they formed their own church, the Presbyterian. So Protestant, and then it became Presby. Now let's go along and let's learn something here. From the Presby, we got some young men, John Wesley and Charles Wesley. John Wesley was the senior brother of Charles Wesley. They came from a large family, the Wesley family. These were learned boys and girls. Now listen to me. John Wesley wisdom and might. They could recite, memorize, and they could write. They were good writers, poets. Now guess what? Charles Wesley wrote over 6,000 hymns. My father was a Wesleyan Methodist man, and my mother also a Catholic man. So when I was growing up, we lived in the same home. They never separated. They were married till the day my father passed away. So my father would take me to his church when he has time, and then my mom would dash out and come and steal me and say, let's go so that you can recite your rosary. So I grew up as a Catholic boy and a Methodist boy. Because my grandfather was a Methodist, and my mom was a Catholic man, a Catholic woman, and then my mother's father was also a Catholic man. I'm trying to give you some history. Come along with me. We are learning something. Now, John Wesley and Charles Wesley, this is what they did. They went to a school, a famous one, Oxford University. When they arrived at Oxford, they formed what they called Methodism. To them, they were not happy with Anglican, even though they were Anglican trained. Their father was a vicar, what we call a pastor at Anglican church. But they didn't like Anglican because Anglican was too boring. It's all about burning of candles and just talking plenty. So they didn't like it. Similar like the Catholic, but a little bit English reformed. So they formed their own method where the young men and women who had come to learn and study would feel part of it. So it was more or less like a movement, and they named it Methodism, a method of winning souls for God. And they formed Methodism at Oxford University. Now, when they left Oxford University, they didn't build it. They didn't call it a church. When they left, some of their members, as they call their sheep, that is why when you go to Adu-Boahene's church, he called his people the sheep. They all learned it from the Bible, written by the Europeans, inspired, as they call, by God. So they say. Everything that a man do, whether good or bad, are being inspired one way or the other by spirits. Now let's go on and listen to this. They left the Oxford University after they finished Oxford and they left. But their sheep were still addicted to this form of Methodism. That's why Karl Marx says, religion is the opium of the masses. Once it goes into your adrenaline, you can't leave it. You follow it to the day you die. That's why a lot of our mothers and fathers have been brainwashed by some of these Archbishop Duncan-Williams. I'm not saying we don't have good men, pastors in Ghana. Oh, I love this man, Bishop Adu-Boahene. Oh, I tell you, he is a fine man. I'm not saying he's perfect, but I like him. Maybe because he's a half-caste or the misraised. You know, he took his wisdom as the scientist. They say that all men take their wisdom after their mother. His mother is a Swiss. I'm not saying anything apart from that. Don't get me wrong. Now come along. So you see, what I'm trying to tell you is that this is the way the religion came. Don't let anybody deceive you. They use religion and the army to control. Two things. The world is built on these two things, religion and army. That is what the world is built on. Anything comes out from these two things. Religion, which is Catholic Church, and the army. If they conquer you, they indoctrinate you. They tell you what to do. They brainwash you. Become like them. Become like the Romans. Dress like the Romans. Talk like the Romans. And that is the reason why when we were conquered by the Englishman, they brainwashed us. We talk like them. We learn their culture. We learn the way to eat with fork and knife. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to end here because we've done 1 hour, 30 minutes. It's too much. In the evening, I'll come your way again. And we'll go into deeper, we'll delve deeper into the history about religion. I need to do this more for you to understand that there is nothing called a man of God. If he is a man of God, who are you then? You are also a woman created by God. Do not be afraid. Thank you, Ghana. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Make our nation great and strong. and let us help His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his team to perform. We shouldn't be a block against the progress of the nation. And anybody who becomes a block, just like Archbishop Duncan-Williams, remember, I shall come after you with no fear and no apology. God bless you all. Have a great weekend.